Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick here, dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having an unbelievable start to your week. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. You got to do the things that you desired to do, and you're ready to get to work, achieving and accomplishing things that you have set out to accomplish. Remember what I always tell you, that no matter where you are right now, if you are still breathing, you're here for a reason and you're still in the fight. So keep pushing, keep pressing, be consistent, believe in yourself, even when it seems that no one else does. I am going to try to be as succinct as I possibly can. I got some stuff I really want to share with you, and I want to make sure that it hits home. Before I do, I want to remind everybody this Saturday at noon CST, we're doing the Crushing Limiting Beliefs course again. It is something that was an extreme success the first time around. If you're dealing with any type of beliefs that are constricting and holding you back, I'm not smart enough, not good enough, I'm not big enough, I don't know enough, I don't know the right people, I come from the wrong background, I've made too many mistakes in my past disqualifies me, and any of those other beliefs that are stopping you from reaching out and doing the things that you're literally designed to do in this world, expanding your reach, expanding your territory, expanding your impact, achieving the things in life you want, then you really need to sign up and come sit down in this electrifying course. It is something that I'm extremely proud of. It's a course I designed literally 6, 7 years ago. I sold it, and the license under which I sold it was an exclusive license. So that expired at the end of last year. Instead of renewing that license, I took it and I've been selling it to people for 10% of what it was being sold. They were selling it over 4,000. I sell it right at 400, but you're not going to pay anywhere close to that to come sit down and let the designer of the course teach it to you. It's a self-paced course that you take and you work on your own, but I'm going to walk you through it because I want to explain the nuances of it. I want to listen to your questions and your challenges and your rebuttals and your objections to why it won't work for you, so I can show you that it does, that you literally are living a life based off of your beliefs. And I'm going to talk to you about that in a little bit, but the link is in the box. Not everybody's going to stay for what I want to share with you today. And I think it's powerful, and I hope you do. If you can't stay to right now, I hope that you come back and you sit down and you watch it. I hope that you share it with other people. I hope that you take the mindset that I'm hoping to implant and ignite in you. I hope you take it with you throughout the day. I hope you start to adapt it as a daily mindset, because it's so important. But definitely, oh, I almost forgot. On the course this weekend, I will be pulling a name from the enrollees in this course, and I will be gifting them a $10,500 platinum package. That is 52 sessions over the course of 52 weeks a year with yours truly. And we go deep, we go hard, and we get results. That's what I do. So I'm going to gift that to one of the attendees. You don't, as a matter of fact, you don't have to attend, just enroll and your name will be in the hat. And if you can attend, it's going to be recorded and you'll be able to get the recording. But I like people to attend. Why? Because you get to put your personal situation on the desk. If you want to ask a question that's specific to you, that may not be in the midst of the theme of the discussion, you get to do that. You get to have your questions answered. I'm also going to gift 2 follow-up sessions to everyone who doesn't win the platinum package, so that they can follow up. That's a $700 value. So already for $150, you get a $400 course taught by the designer, and you get a significantly amount of more value in follow-up time with that designer, that teacher. That's me. And I guarantee you it will make a difference. You will not be the same. I promise you that. All right, let's talk. Everybody will tell you, who has even the slightest perspicacity or understanding of life, will tell you that where you are right now is a result of your decisions, your choices. They will tell you that you are living out the choices and the decisions you make over life. And they are absolutely right. Where you are right now is a direct result of the choices you have made over the course of your life. Then what you must ask yourself is, if I am not satisfied with in these choices, let me go back. Where you are right now is a direct reflection of the choices you have made. The choices you have made up until this point have been a direct reflection of the beliefs that you hold about yourself. In other words, what you believe about yourself directly impacts how you move about life. It's that simple. If you believe something, you move according to it. If you believe that I can do anything, it's going to be reflected in what you do, because you're going to be that person that people looks at and says they're daring, they're dynamic, they're going out there, they're a go-getter, whatever other terms they use. If you're a person that believes that your life has restricted you because of where you were born, because of who you were born to, because of the environment you grew up in, because of mistakes you've made in the past, because of a bunch of other things, you are going to make decisions based on those beliefs. I can't do that. Nobody takes a situational belief and says, I can't do that, then goes out and invests 100% of energy, effort, sweat, and tears into doing it. So the moment that you say you can't do it, you will never invest what it takes in it to do it, so you'll never achieve it. And then you thus do what? You make that belief a reality, and you reinforce that belief so that each and every time you think about it, you become less likely to do it because it has not become a reality. It's that simple. You have a belief about something. That belief is going to determine how you move in it. If that belief says, I can't, then you will not invest much energy and time into it. Now, depending on where it's at and who's involved, you may go through the motions so that you can say, I tried, but did you really truly invest at the level necessary to get the results that you are needing? And the answer is no. You simply are not going to look at something, say, I can't do it, and then go all out in trying to make it happen. That's not how it works. But here's what happens when you do that. When you sit up and your belief about yourself says you can't, and you go through it, and you meander through it, and you coast through it, you linger through it, you do whatever you have to do to get through it, to say, I tried. And then you turn around and you look at the results. The results are going to be a reflection of your effort. The results are going to be a reflection of how much you invested yourself. The results are going to be a reflection of how hard in the paint did you really go. And so when you look at the results are going to reflect you didn't really try. You just showed up. The results are going to do what? At the end, reinforce the initial belief. So now you sit up and your subconsciously tell yourself, see, I knew I couldn't do it. I just wasted blah, blah, blah amount of time in my life trying that. And so now what happens? If the opportunity presents itself again, guess what? You invest even less effort. Maybe you don't even try it next time. And guess what happens? You get those results. Nothing comes out worth anything, because what? You did not invest. So then you have to ask yourself, if the choices that I have made to this point are a result of the beliefs that I hold about myself, what beliefs am I holding that are not serving me well? What beliefs am I holding about myself that have locked me into a life that is far less than I'm capable of living? And how do I deal with it? Well, we're going to deal with that on Saturday, but I want to talk to you now for those of you who aren't going to make, but I'm telling you, you need to be there. But check this out. So here it is. What I do with clients is I'm going to find your beliefs about yourself. I'm going to show you how those beliefs are dictating your behavior. Your beliefs are held on a conscious level, but they are submerged in a subconscious level, and your subconscious literally controls 96% of your behavior, which means it controls 96% of your outcomes. So what you hold at a subconscious level, which is the dynamic control of how you move and operate instinctively, autonomously, and automatically, those things that you just do without even having to think about it, because that's how you operate, that's how your thought processes move. Those are the decisions, those quick decisions, those, nah, that's not for me. No, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. All these different things. Man, I can work out forever. I'm not going to lose this weight. I'm not. And I'm telling you, all of these things can get in. And what happens is you start to make those decisions. Your subconscious is that powerful. Have you ever sit up and been driving and you're on your way home? You've drove there a million times. It's where you live. You're on your way home. You get distracted, you get a phone call, or you have this old thought that runs through your head and kind of ignites these cascades of memories, and you are all into it. And whatever happens, and you look up and you're pulling into your driveway, you can't remember the last 5 minutes. You don't know if you ran the red light, ran the stop sign, or how you got there. You just know you're pulling in and you go, whoa. You didn't run the red light. You didn't run the stop sign. Not if you are a person who stops at the red light, stops at the stop sign. The rest of y'all need to do better. But if you normally are a person that stops, you stop. Why? The subconscious knows what to do. The subconscious has traveled that way. The subconscious is driving. Just imagine with all the things that you have to do in a day, if your conscious mind, which can process about 2,000 bits of information per second, it's not shabby. But what would it do if it had to take the bombardment of everything that's going on? There's so many things going on in your periphery right now. Even if you're sitting in a room alone, there's so many things going on in your periphery that your conscious mind cannot focus on. It has to focus on what I'm talking to you about, but your subconscious mind is picking it up. It doesn't miss a thing. That's why vision boards are so powerful, because even when you're not looking at the vision board, your subconscious glances past it, it picks it, it relogs it, it recategorizes it, it reinforces the idea that's already been planted from the first time you put it up, and it's setting up a powerful motion. There's so many different things that you need to learn about how you can strengthen your mind, strengthen your resolve, change your beliefs, and that's what I want to teach you. But you have to understand that if you're not doing the things you want to do, if you're not achieving the results in life that you want to achieve, it's because you have a belief that's holding you back. Because if it didn't and you wanted it, you would go after it. So if you want it and you're not going after it, it's because there is a limiting belief somewhere in there about you that you hold to be true, and you're operating on that belief. I've told you, I've got clients that told me they weren't smart enough. Got clients that told me that they weren't resourceful enough. Got clients that told me because they had been incarcerated, they would never be. I've got clients that sit up and said, because I come from two drug addicted parents, that I would never be, or because I used to be addicted to drug. I've had all of that sit in front of me. And the truth of that is none of that's true. Nobody is anchored to their past unless they decide to be. Nobody has to sit up and live out. Now you have to make a tone. There's going to be consequences for your actions, but you are not anchored to what you used to be unless you decide to be. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. Suffering is deciding that, hey man, I'm gonna identify with this part of me that I'm not happy with. I'm going to identify at a level that I'm just going to live in it. Even though it makes me miserable, I'm going to live in it. Even though it breaks me down, I'm going to live in it. If you want something outside of that, you got to let it go. See, that's the sacrifice that most people don't want to make because they don't understand. There are some people holding on to pain because they're uncertain about what tomorrow looks like. And the pain, at least I know it. And then you could become identified with it. And then you sit up and you get caught up in it. And then the next thing you know, every time somebody talks to you, all you're talking about is what happened to you 10 years ago. Nobody is wanting to be around because they know within 10 minutes of talking to you, it's going to be how she broke your heart, how he abused you, how your mama was never there for you, and don't get me wrong, I help people here. Those are real traumatic events, but you can't be anchored in them because then they will control your life. They will limit your thinking. They will limit your expectations. They will lower your standards, and you will walk in mediocrity because you refuse to let go of something that should have never held you in the first place. You're greater than that. What belief are you holding? The great motorcycle designer and manufacturer Harley Davidson once says, when you start writing your story about your life, never let anyone else hold the pen. See, some of you are succumbing to ideas and opinions of other people. Some of you have a mindset and a self-image that's been sculpted by the opinions and the thoughts and the beliefs of someone else. Someone else who could never seem to get over the hump decided to share that belief with you. Don't even worry about trying this. I already tried it. It's not for us. We can't do it. You can't do it because I couldn't do it. And you sit up and you take it in, and the next thing you know, you don't even go anywhere near it. Why? Because it's not meant for you, because they said so. And then the next thing you look up, you're going to them and you're consulting they about everything you want to try, and they ain't never tried nothing. So all they can tell you, it's not for us. And so you go back and say, it's not for me. And you keep backing up away from opportunities of rising up and doing something exceptional in your life. You keep backing up because of a fear. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Life will pay whatever price you demand of it. But let me tell you something. Life makes counter demands. And the counter demand says you got to put some skin in the game. You're going to have to take some risk. You're going to have to invest in yourself. There's a price that you're going to have to pay to get me to pay the price that you're demanding of me. You want to be a millionaire? It's possible. I don't care where you start from, but there are some things that you're going to have to do that you ain't never did before. There's a way you're going to have to think that you ain't never thought before. There's a way you're going to have to view money that you ain't never viewed it before. You want to start a business and all you've ever done is work for your life. You're going to have to change your thinking. You're going to have to be willing to risk some things and step beyond where you ever stepped before. You're going to have to be willing to experience some disappointments and some setbacks, because that's par for the course. But I'll pay the price. But let me tell you something. People balk at the price when they get ready to make a demand on life, and life says, yeah, I can give you that. I can give you this great, wonderful relationship, but here's the sacrifices you're going to have to make. Whoa. And then I can give you a business, and I can set you up, and you can grow this business into this. But this is what whoa. Let me tell you something. The price that you're going to pay for not making your dreams come true is far greater and more painful than the price you'll pay to make them come true. I promise you. I promise you that when you invest in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you start to challenge yourself, when you raise the standard, people ask me all the time, well, how do I get? Well, you don't get what you want in life. You get who you are. You get what you become. The things that you want in life require a certain level of expertise, require a certain level of good morning, Cheryl. Require a certain level of expertise. The things you want require a certain level of experience. The things you want require a certain level of understanding, requires a certain level of movement. And you may not be there yet, so you can't have it. It's not that you can't have it ever. It means that you haven't become the person necessary to possess it. So what do? You look at it and you say, okay, who's doing this now? Where are the people that are successfully accomplishing this? And so you look at them and you say, okay, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And then you say, what am I doing that they aren't doing? What do I need to change? What do I need to become? Then you start your journey on becoming what it takes to have what you say you want. The problem is people want to skirt the process. People want to scoop around the work. They want the results, but they're not ready to put in the work. They're not ready to invest themselves in becoming something more than what they've been. They don't want to raise the standard of their performance. They don't want to challenge integrity of their character, to rise up and live at a level and do things in a way that will put them in spaces and places that will totally blow their mind. I'm telling you now. If I would have bought the lies of some of the things that I heard growing up, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you right now. If I would have bought the lies that I heard about what was possible and what wasn't, I wouldn't be on book 25 and 26 as we speak. If I had believed it, I would not have had successfully launched 47 companies over 35 years. If I had believed, I would have bought into the idea that not knowing my father meant I could never be a father, a good father. I would have succumbed to the pressure of mediocrity and lackadaisical living. I wouldn't have never been a voice beyond my own sphere. I would have simply been somebody existing and barely surviving, but I didn't buy into it. I found people who could fan my flames. I found people who could see the gift inside of me even when I couldn't see it. I found people who would sit up and talk to me and challenge me and hold me accountable. Also, I didn't allow my mistakes to anchor me to my past. I haven't been perfect. I'm not ever going to be perfect, but I lived my life at a level that I can be proud because I raised the standard every day. I search myself every morning and say, you could be better here. You could do this better. Next time you get this opportunity, do it this way. Next time the opportunity presents itself with something like this, do it that way. I never stop learning. I don't think that I've arrived, but I'm challenging myself to be everything that I need to be, to have everything that I desire, to have the impact on people that I want to have so that I leave a legacy that speaks of me. You know how important legacy is to me. You are going to have to make a decision of just how deeply you want to elevate yourself in this world. And I'm not talking about elevating for the sake of earning the approbation and approval and validation from anybody. The only validation you need has to come from within. The only thing that you need to be satisfied with is what you feel about what you're doing. Are you living your life at the level of your design? Can you stand in front of the Creator and say, I took what you gave me and I shook up the world. I took what you gave me and I healed people. I took what you gave me and I inspired people. I took what you gave me and I encouraged people. I took what you gave me and I empowered people. As long as you can sit up and go and say, I'm good with what I did, with what I was given. But I tell you, the vast majority of people are stuck. The crazy thing is when I do my research or when I'm sitting in front of people or I'm doing a lecture and there are questions, one of the things that I've discovered is that most people know what they need to do to change their lives. But most of them will not take action. Most of them will literally spend their time and their energy and their effort talking themselves out of doing what they know they need to do. Part of that is limiting beliefs. Part of that is the fear of failure. Some of them is part of it is the fear of success. But you've got to stop procrastinating. You've got to stop consulting erroneous beliefs about what's possible in your life. You've got to stop anchoring yourself in your past. You've heard me say this before. You are not required to mortgage your future to pay for your past. Should you make amends if you've done something wrong to someone? Absolutely, to the best of your ability, to the extent that they will allow you. Are you supposed to carry a guilt complex because they won't release it and let it go? Absolutely not. That's their problem. Once you sit up and you go back and you attempt to make amends, you attempt to sit up and set it straight. It may require apology. It may require that you do something that you needed to do that you hadn't done. Whatever it is, once you do that, if they want to hold on to it, you are not obligated to walk in the guilt trip that they're trying to put on you. You are now going to go and you are going to make that thing smaller by the good you do moving forward. Let me tell you something. Everything that you've done wrong in your life is going to be measured by the good that you do. is going to be measured against the good you do. How big it is going to be determined on, is this more of a reflection of your character, or is the good that you've done and the impact, positive impact you've had on lives, what is the predominant thing in your life? Because nobody's perfect. Nobody gets through life without doing something that they regret. So the idea is, what are you doing that you can sit up and hang your hat on? What are you doing that can sit up and say you're living an honorable life? My thing is, we need to spend more time worrying about how we are living our lives in the moment. And I look at my life and I can look up and say, man, I've made some mistakes in my life, but the last 15 years, I've really gone hard. And even before that, I've done this. I've never been a person that's purposely set out to hurt anybody. And I've lived hard. I've lived honorable. I've done the best I can. I've tried to be the best I can be in every area of life. And I think I've done a pretty damn good job of it. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better. But what I am going to do is I'm going to bless people every chance I get. I'm going to help people heal every chance I get. I'm going to sit up and love on my family every chance I get. I'm going to even love on the people that's not loving on me. Why? Because I'm not packing negative energy. I refuse to do that. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be this person that is real sensitive to how I handle people. Somebody asked me recently, probably about maybe 5 weeks ago, very difficult time for me. And they asked me, man, how are you processing your pain? I said, well, one thing, my pain has made me real sensitive to the pain I may cause other people. So I'm very careful how I deal with people. I'm very careful how I talk to people. I'm very careful how I listen to people, because I don't know where they're at. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what may have just happened. I don't know what they're bearing. So I'm real sensitive to how I'm handling people. I think it's made me a better man. Somehow my pain empowered me. Somehow my pain strengthened me. Somehow my pain made me care more. And I'm grateful for growth. And very rarely is the path to growth down the path of ease. But I tell you again, what you invest in winning is nowhere near the pain and the price you invest in not winning, in failing. You're going to pay a price. Whether you go after the dream or not, but the price you pay when you don't pursue your destiny is far greater and more painful than when you do. And so, again, I'm encouraging you. If you know there's a change you need to make and you haven't made it, we need to go down and we need to find that belief that you hold to be true. That belief that you hold to be true, that belief that you're sitting up and you are allowing to restrict your growth, your expansion, your reach, restrict your power, restrict your finances, restrict your ability in business, restrict your social impact, and so much more. You need to find those beliefs and you need to release them, and you need to replace those limiting beliefs with liberating beliefs. I am excited about doing this weekend. If you have not enroll again for a fraction of what the course costs. I'm going to teach it to you personally. Like I said, this is a self-paced course. I designed it for people to sit down, get them a pencil and break this thing down and work through it, write it out, journal it out, map it out, and see what beliefs are holding them back, work the magic, do the affirmations, look at the slides. It's all there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to teach it to you. I'm going to take you a step further. I'm going to give you explanations to some questions that you have, answers and explanations. I'm going to point you in directions. We're going to deal with your situation specifically if you want to. I don't care how many people show up. If you got a question, I'm going to answer it. Now, not only that, everyone who enrolls, I'm going to put your name in a bag. And the day of this course, which is this Saturday, I'm going to pull a name out and I'm going to give that person a $10,500 platinum package. That's 52 weeks with me. And I can't even explain what 52 weeks with me is like, but it must be good because I've got platinum clients who've renewed 3 times and more. I've got bronze clients who have upgraded to platinum. So obviously it must be something. But I'm telling you, Your life is in your hands. I don't care what nobody else says. I don't care what anyone does. The moment that you decide that you are going to be special in this world, there's no one and nothing that can stop you. But it's going to be up to you. You're going to have to shake those limiting beliefs. You're going to stop procrastinating. You have to start engaging opportunities in situations that open doors for you. It's up to you. Stop seeking the approbation, approval, and consulting the opinions of other people. Let me tell you something. There are people in this world whose opinions should never matter to you anyway. And there are other people's whose opinions may carry gravity. But I'll tell you something. The world's opinion of you will never change until your opinion of yourself changes. The world's opinion of you will change the day after you change. You change your own opinion of yourself. Start to see the beauty within, start to see the power within, start to see the gift within, start to see the things that are absolutely exceptional and extraordinary that make you unique and powerful in this world, because the world needs you to see it. The world needs you to activate it. The world needs you to actualize it. The world needs you to exploit it in a way that explodes into power and positivity, because this world is hurting. This world needs a healing in a way that you can't even imagine. And I'm giving everything I've got. I'm going all in. I'm going to leave my imprint in this world. And absolutely nothing thrown at me is going to stop me. I'm coming and I'm bringing love. I'm coming and I'm bringing hope. I'm coming and I'm bringing power. And I'm challenging every last one of you to pull out your special gifts, because you are just as special. And you need to start walking in it. On that note, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I hope that you will go over, you will sign up, and I will see you on Saturday. We're about to do something that I guarantee you will remember for the rest of your life. On that note, I am out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. And as I always say, I live my life on full, so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I challenge you to do the same. On that note, I'm out.